Hey guys, GadgetGirlKylie here, and welcome back to my Let's Play walkthrough of Murdered Soul Suspect on the Sony Playstation 4, and we are now in the museum. Now before we continue, I just wanted to say that there are 31 collectibles in the museum. I'm going to try and get them all. I've got a pad and a pen next to me, because basically you cannot return to the museum according to some people. I don't want to take the risk. I want to make sure I get all the collectibles before I leave, just in case. I don't want to have to play through the game again to get all the collectibles for this area. And then after I've left the museum, I should not enter the Judgment Hall, or the Hall of Judgment, whatever it's called, because there's no going back after that. So if I want to get the rest of the collectibles, I'll have to pick those up off camera once we've left the museum. So let's get started. I'm going to try and get all the collectibles first before beginning the investigation. Right, let's just walk around slowly. Don't really know what I'm looking for, or I could actually investigate some things first, but I need to conclude the investigation at some point anyway. I wonder if it cracked when it was dropped. How long has this bloodstain been on this rock?
Confess, witch. Confess. Lord Covenant. A demonic contract with the dark forces.
New clue, demonic contract. Back in Puritan times, they tortured people to coerce confession that their actions were guided by a demonic contract. So this is all linking to the Bell Killer, of course.
So it wasn't just witchcraft that would get you.
Wasn't something like this used in the Bell Killer murder? It was Rose, wasn't it?
Gossiping is destructive and all.
Burned at the stake. Rose was burned to death on the stake just like this.
But that's harsh.
Do I not get to investigate this one? I guess not. Ooh, hello. Okay, so this is the first collectible. First witch execution plaque. The first person hanged at Gallows Hill was Bridget Bishop, who claims that I am innocent as a child unborn when presented with the charge of witchcraft. So I've got my pen in my hand, guys, now, because that's the first collectible we've found. What is making these sounds? Trapdoor?
The time is upon us, Abigail Williams.
No.
Oh my God.
Of Salem.
That's that
It is
girl.
time to pay for your sin.
Actual Puritan-era gallows. That ghost girl from the alley is Abigail Williams, and this gallows was actually used to execute her centuries ago. Salem Witch Trial Judgment House, owned by Judge Hathorne, one of the most influential judges during the witch trials. This historic mansion also served as courtroom for many of the trials and sentencing hearings during the hysteria that blanketed Salem in 1692. Judgment House, one of Salem's historic sites, a mansion owned by a judge where accused witches were tried as part of the Salem witch trials in 1692. Right, I've investigated that. Haven't done this one, have I?
I know it's
Pillory must have been a pretty effective way to publicly shame people.
as bad as some of the things in here, but
Witch trial records. Replica of court records from the actual Salem witch trials. Ooh. Baker in the stocks. Being a dishonest baker was one of the many offences liable to result in the public shaming and torture of the stocks. Okay, so this is actually the collectible set for the museum. So I've got to look for rocks. Museum dates. Went to the history museum with Ronan again. He's not much of a history buff, but he knows I am, and he's so sweet to come with me. Ominous as it may be, I love that this little town has so much gravitas to it, that people have lived here for centuries. That helps me feel rooted to this place. And another one. So I've got 5 out of 31 so far, guys. Just double check everywhere. Been in there. There we go. Wasn't something like this used in the Bell Killer murder? Water? Rose? No, it wasn't. It was Sophia. Drown. Dunking torture chair. Something like this was used to kill Sophia. Okay, so I can either conclude the investigation now or carry on.
Left people underwater.
Long enough to be mighty uncomfortable.
So I'm going to carry on. I'm sure I'm missing quite a lot of stuff. Oh, hang on. Ronan meets Rex. I was so nervous. My rogue ex-con boyfriend meets my cop brother. It's a situation that's bound to have sparks, right? But it's like they were birds of a feather. I've never seen two men understand each other so naturally. I think this is going to work out fine. Look at all the ghosts just lingering. Right, that's the entrance. We don't want to go that way though. Watch out for the demons. I guess I could conclude the investigation now.
So the Bell killer used torture devices like this to kill his victims. Why kill them like witches?
I'm surprised there's no exhibit for the accusers. It's such an important part of Salem's history.
Actually, several artifacts aren't on display yet. We're currently preparing them upstairs in the restoration room.
I better see what else is in here.
Restoration room artifacts. There are more artifacts upstairs in the restoration room that might relate to the Bell killer case. But I know I'm missing a lot more in here. I just can't seem to find anything. I'm tempted to say I'll cut the video here, guys, and because I know I'm missing a couple of things before I move on to the next room. So I shall be back in a moment. Okay guys, so I went looking for the missing collectibles off camera, so we're going to go through this door now. Whoa! So that happened. Still making a note of these as we go along. Let's not get hit by the train. So I do actually need to be that side. Oh, I died, guys. So don't let that happen. You do get hit by the train. I'm already dead and I died again. That's like double punishment. You don't have to worry about collectibles if you die as well. It pretty much saves those. So even if you collected them, you know, before, like after a checkpoint, it will save that you got those. It's quite frequent that the train happens. Thing is, you need to angle it just right. Oh, that was close, guys. Okay, so I got another collectible here. I've lost track of how many I've actually got now, but train happens to come really often, doesn't it?
Always wanted to be a real cop. I wish Salem was famous for something else.
A whole exhibit about death.
Okay, so there's lots of demons about, so I'm going to have to be careful of that. Can't go through there, can't go through there. That's where I came from. I think there was supposed to be another one somewhere. Another collectible. There we go. I can hear demons. Sort of. I can hear them grumbling anyway.
Joy? I told you to look after Iris.
You're not the boss of me.
I found a bunch of stuff downstairs. The Bell Killer is offing his victims as if they're witches. I'm heading upstairs to see what else I can find. I should have told you to follow me, then maybe you would have stayed at the church.
You know me so well.
So according to my tally chart, I've found 20 and there's 31. Hopefully that's correct.
Just keep an eye out for security cameras and alarms.
Thanks for the tip, but this isn't even my first break-in today.
Yeah, this looks like the right place. Now let's see what these artifacts can tell me about the witch trials.
Do any of these artifacts relate to the Bell Killer case? Find the answer. So I've got to find 14 clues apparently. But I shouldn't conclude the investigation because then that could boot me out of the museum. Witch trial painting. One of the existing witch trial related paintings previously used in the first floor exhibit. Witch trial public summons, an antique scroll. Judge's gavel, a judge's gavel. I wonder how old that is. Ship's wheel, an antique looking galleon ship's wheel. Ooh, there's one. Ship's anchor, a large ship anchor. Ooh. Medieval witch book. The Malleus Maleficarum, a hammer of the witches, published in 1487, argued for the existence of witches, the nature and genesis of their powers, and how best to prosecute them. One more to collect of that, guys. Prayer book. Lord's Prayer Test. It was believed that the devil would never let one of his minions say all the words to the Christian Lord's Prayer. The accused were asked to recite it in full, and some of them, through merely forgetting some of the words, would find themselves in deep legal trouble. Museum donor plaque, dedicated to that nameless citizen whose generosity made the care of our town's heritage possible. We delicately restore the past to make a better future. There we go, that's completed. Terror on the Tracks. Collected a series of mysterious vestige artifacts. So according to my list, I've collected 26 collectibles. Ooh. Wine. A large barrel used for making wine. Well, I'm tempted to stop this episode here, guys, because it's gone on for quite some time. So if you liked what you saw, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and feel free to comment if you have time. Don't forget to favourite and share the video if you want to help me out even further. As always, thank you for watching and take it easy, guys.